AI agents are here, and very soon they're going to propagate every single nook and cranny of the internet. There will not be a single platform, a single place online that you will go where AI agents will not be interacting with it more than humans. Not to mention the progress we are making with the foundational models that are the controlling layer of these agentic frameworks is drastic. The chief product officer of OpenAI already came out and said they're working on O4. They already are working on it, and the jump from O3 to O4 is going to be just as big as the jump from O1 to O3. So the foundational models are becoming very, very intelligent. And as these models get better and as they become more agentic, we also get emergent capabilities, because right now the models come to you for permission. They come to you to make the next step, to find the next initial conditions to solve the problem. Whenever they are agentic, they don't have to come to you anymore. They just find the initial conditions themselves because they're now extremely intelligent. They can reason and intuitively find those things and then agentically solve the problem without your input. At first, they'll come to you for input. Over time, we'll give more and more and more to them, and you'll basically have these autonomous entities, these employees effectively, that pretty much create anything you want. This is why when Mark Zuckerberg says he literally has entire autonomous AI agents that can take actions and commit to changes completely autonomously as individual software engineers that are replacing entire human software engineers at Meta, he's not joking. And very soon we're all going to have these things too. Especially if you look at the jump from 4.0 to 0.1 to 0.3, 4.0 was ranked 1/millionth on the software benchmark. It was like a millionth in the world at software engineering. And then 0.1 Pro is ranked 1,000th. And now the 0.3 model is ranked 175th out of that massive list of millions of software engineers. Now, you give this reasoning-based model digital legs, agentic abilities where it can iterate and autonomously navigate your computer and build software, that thing's going to be probably better than most software engineers. I've personally had the pleasure of speaking with some of the people building these frontier capabilities and pioneering this space. And they're all saying, yeah, probably in about 6 months from now, the current operator systems that we see from like OpenAI or Anthropic will be just as good as any human at navigating and operating a computer. And maybe potentially by like 12 months from now, we'll start to see the organizational level of AI agents where these agents are pretty much organizing each other and delegating tasks to each other completely autonomously in pursuit of a single goal. The reason I'm mentioning any of this is simply to remind us that this is an exponential. This doesn't grow linearly. Most people look at the current capabilities and they extrapolate it linearly, and they're probably like, oh yeah, this will be pretty good in a not too distant future, but it's not going to like disrupt this, this, and this. But what I'm saying, and the people who are building this technology, is no, this is an exponential. Like if we use the lily pad in a pond analogy, the lily pads start in a very small corner of the pond, but every doubling, they literally double. And on the third day, it saturates the entire pond. This is something that operates not too differently, and I would keep that in mind. But nonetheless, we're talking about software. How does this affect software, and what are the last software business models to survive this technology? Because those are the things that we should be building today if we want to have an online business model. So starting off, we're going to approach this with Charlie Munger's inversion principle. We're going to identify all of these software models that are most likely to go extinct so that we can look in the opposite direction and do the things that are most likely to survive. The thing we want to remember as these models become exponentially good is if I want to print a piece of software that is effectively a tool, I can just have my AI agent go onto a piece of software, go onto a website, crawl around the entire platform, and then literally print it out. The exact same thing. It could literally have a matching user interface. It'll literally just print it out. And I'm willing to bet in about 6 months, anybody's going to be able to do that. So the question becomes at that point, why would I buy your software subscription when I can use it for free, right? So that's what we should all be thinking about right now. Like, where are the moats? What software platforms will continue to exist? Because there is a certain type of software platform that will survive through this and actually be enabled through this technology to be even better than it was before. So starting off, let's look at something that is super simple, like a CRM platform or a to-do list platform. these things that are simple tools, and it's literally just a mechanism that you go in there and you click a button and you get outputs, right? Like the CRM is basically a mechanism where you can feed in leads. You have tracking abilities to track the leads as to where they are in the deal flow, and then you also can have some like integrations for email that goes outbound to the leads, or text messages that go outbound for the leads, or you can even go as far as integrating like a place for your cold callers to call the leads, right? And then you can have a lot of pipelines in there and a lot of tracking and KPIs and all of those good things. That's something that you can just get an AI agent to go crawl around on a specific software application and literally just say, hey, copy every single thing this thing does. It'll crawl around, go through all of the possibilities that exist on the platform, and then literally come back to you and spit it out. It knows how CRMs work. It knows how to hook up the back end. It knows how to do all those things. You literally just give it a simple prompt. I'm willing to bet that's going to be here much sooner than anybody would like to think. In fact, you can actually do this right now. There's an example. I'll actually play a short clip and I'll talk while it's going, of somebody going to the Cursor agent with the Cursor IDE that has the agent framework in there. And they do give a pretty good prompt. The prompt is pretty lengthy, but it one-shots an entire CRM application with the exact tools embedded that this guy wanted to use. In one prompt, it one-shotted the entire thing with the backend. So now you can imagine, like, these things are going to be very easy after we have real agents. Like, those agents suck compared to what's coming out. So the way you should be thinking about this is any software application that is just a tool, it's just a mechanism where the user can use just that piece of software. Those aren't going to really exist in the near future because anybody's just going to be able to create them. But what will exist is a platform that has like a network effect, like Uber or Airbnb or a social media platform, for example, because Uber is not valuable without its network. If there is not a millions of people on the platform, like driving around or looking for rides, the platform wouldn't exist. And that platform has an intrinsic moat. The moat is like a community moat. It's a network effect where the product isn't actually the platform. The product is the rides that you're getting that the platform helps you find. Same thing with Airbnb. The platform isn't the product. I mean, it kind of is, but the main product is the network effect. So the goal with software shouldn't be to build a tool. It should be to build a network, because the only moats moving forward into the future aren't product moats. It's not intellectual moats. It is network moats. It is community moats. Those are the moats moving into the future. So yes, 90% of software is doomed, besides the ones that understand these few things. If you understand what makes a product intrinsically valuable from like a psychological standpoint, or what gives it a moat, kind of like the network effect moat or the community moat that we just described, those software companies will be very prosperous, and they'll actually be enabled by this technology because it'll just make the experience much more seamless for the user. And you can think of a lot of different ways you can apply this same exact type of product or the same exact type of thinking to a software product. And that's where I would be focusing. That's actually what I am focusing on right now, is how can I build that for myself? And we're actually helping our community members because, again, we just spoke about communities. We spoke about the network effect. I just told you I'm working on it. I do have a community. I am building one. If you would like to join and get insights from us, because we're basically just a collection of entrepreneurs adapting and advancing with the technology and making sure that we ride the wave instead of being replaced by this technology, because this is an industrial revolution. In every industrial revolution, there's two sides: the people that ride the wave, the people that get replaced. We're all riding the wave. If you want to join, we have a link in the description below if you'd be interested in joining. We also are building tools and other products that will integrate, and kind of just like we talked about the network effect. The products that we are integrating will only get more valuable as we have more members, and the more members that join, the better it is for everybody who joins, and it'll be better for you too. So if that's something you'd be interested in, feel free to click the link in the description below and join the community. That being said, I hope this was valuable. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to the YouTube channel, all we talk about on this YouTube channel is how can we adapt with this technology called AGI, and how can we as entrepreneurs capitalize on it, because this is the biggest industrial revolution humanity has ever seen by far. Like, combine all of the past industrial revolutions together, and then even like 5, 10, 20x it. I don't know how big it's going to be. I know it's going to be bigger than all of the last ones combined. That's for sure. Nonetheless, like, comment, subscribe, join my community if you're interested. I will see you in the next video.